Hello filmmakers, this is Mr. Granlund here, and I'm going to show you how to do some Zach King effects using the new version of Premiere. So in the THS Assignment Pickup Art folder, Video 1 Pickup, there's this folder called Zach King Effect. I dragged it to my desktop. Now there's actually 3 or 4 effects in here that you can do. I'm going to take this folder, I'm going to drag it down to my Premiere icon down at the bottom, and I'm going to drop it into the project area in the lower left hand corner. And it's going to take a little bit to import. Now once my folder is in here, I'm going to create a new sequence and put my projects, all my files in there. So I'm going to go to this new item button down at the bottom in the project area, and I'm going to go to sequence, and I'm not going to do DV-NTSC, I'm going to go up to AVC HD and 1080p and 1080p 30 and click OK. So that's going to give me my timeline, and I'm going to open up this folder, and there's a number of video files in here. We'll do the first hour one. So we're going to start off with the shirt trick. So MVI 2022, I'm going to double click it, and it's going to be very similar to the intro project. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a jump cut or a match cut right as I pull my short right there. So I'm going to select that portion of the video, drop it into the timeline here, and then I'm going to go forward. Got the shirt off and it's just kind of laying on top of me, and mid pull there. Might step forward using this button here to get the exact right frame. That looks good. And then I'm going to put that in. Now just that cut right there is going to make it look like I tear my shirt off. Here we go. And if we want to smoothen that out, we might move the clip over a little bit. And that looks pretty good. So just that little bit of cut, that's all that it takes for the first effect. Now this second trick, I'm going to need a couple of different video files, and we're going to use MVI 2028. And it's Erica looking at the screen here, and I'm going to select that until Erica walks on the screen. I'm going to take this and drag it into my timeline. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a blue screen and green screen footage of me where I reach, it's going to make it look like I reach through the screen, grab their cell phone, and then run away. And so we're going to use this footage right here, 2024. I'm going to select that footage, and I'm going to place it right on top here. Now so far it doesn't look like anything, so I need to resize it and then add a couple of effects. So I'm going to click on Video Track 2 here, which has a blue screen and green screen. I'm going to go to Effect Controls. I'm going to open up Motion, and I'm going to scale it down to about 77%. And that's going to be about the right size for if the cell phone was sitting there in front of the screen. I might have to adjust this later, but I don't want to make it the exact size because that cell phone is just way too small. So it's going to be a little bit bigger, maybe right about there. Now I'm going to create a mask. So under the effect controls for MVI 2024, we're going to go and open the opacity. And I'm going to use the free Bezier button. And I'm also going to turn the opacity down just a little bit so I can see through it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go I'm going to click on the inside corners of the screen there, and I'm going to do the edge of the desk, there, and there. Then I'm going to go back to the corner of the screen, and then back to the beginning. So I go corner, corner, desk, desk, corner, corner, and back to the beginning. Now I can turn the opacity back up so it's 100%. And I'm going to try this green line here that represents the edge of the mask. I'm going to move this down so it kind of matches that edge. And then I'm going to have to also change my points here and adjust that so they are in the right places again. And for reference, right now my scale is about 66%. Those might have to be adjusted. Alright, now we're going to put on 2 video effects onto this blue screen and green screen. So I'm going to go down to the bottom. I'm going to find the effects. You can also go to Window and Effects if you can't find it down in the lower left hand corner. The effect that I'm going to look for is a keying effect, and there's a lot of different keying effects to use. I recommend Ultra Key. So I'm going to take Ultra Key, drag it to the video file, and it has a key color here, and it's set to black. I'm going to click on the eyedropper, and I'm going to click on the blue area, and you see automatically it cuts out all the blue pixels. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to drag on Ultra Key again. This time I'm going to select the green pixels. Now if you notice, you see like there's this artifacting, this kind of like the shadows, and there's extra pixels here. That's no good, so we need to clean up our Ultra Keys. So I'm going to change it from composite here to color channel. And you'll notice that that screen becomes green. If I go to alpha channel, everything that's cut out is white, or is black, and everything that's staying in is white. These are the kinds of things that I need to clean up. So if I adjust the highlight and the shadow, and the tolerance, pedestal, you'll see that the black and white gets a little bit sharper there, which means if I go back to composite, it's starting to look a little cleaner. Except for now on my shirt. I can go to matte cleanup, and try and adjust these points here. And what we're trying to get is a really clean black and white separation from there. That's looking pretty good. So now when I go back to composite, I have a really nice cutout. And I can go back to my blue screen cutout, change that to alpha channel, and then clean that up as well. You know, maybe adjusting transparency, highlights, shadows to get rid of that black stuff there, and finally turn it back to composite. So now I have a really clean cutout, and I'm going to zoom back out, go to fit, and what we should see is that when I grab the phone, Erica gets mad and then walks towards the camera. Try this same trick again with some of the other footage, and there's also there's one more trick in there. So if I go back to my bin and I'm going to go into second hour, this is the one where someone throws a shirt and it lands on me, and it's a simple kind of seamless cut there. So I'm going to have shirt off, throws and hits me, and then as I react right there, that goes at the end. Okay, now to take out that little hitch in the giddy up here, right before the shirt hits me, we're gonna do it like that. So we have a nice clean hit, and there we go. Nice seamless cut, and those are some Zack King effects inside of Premiere.